Welcome to Extraordinary. I'm your host, Thai Legend. Today on Extraordinary, imagine possessing the power to forgive the unforgivable, to emerge from the depths of despair not with vengeance, but with a vision of unity. In this episode, witness how Nelson Mandela's 27 years of unjust imprisonment ignited an inner transformation, leading him to choose forgiveness over retribution, a lesson you can apply to unlock true freedom from your own bitter chains. Imagine a moment suspended between captivity and liberation. A gate creaks open, but this is no triumphant march. It's a man standing in muted light, his weathered face a map of 27 years of silence. You see the wrinkles etched by hardship, yet something unexpected glimmers in his eyes, a spark that defies everything imprisonment should have crushed. How does a person emerge from decades of confinement without being consumed by hatred? What invisible strength allows someone to choose peace when every rational impulse screams for revenge? This is the mystery of Nelson Mandela, a story that will challenge everything you believe about human resilience. Picture young Raleigh Mandela barefoot on sun-baked African earth. Wild berry scents drift through the air. Tribal storytellers weave their rhythmic tales, and a young boy listens. This is a world of ancient traditions, of privilege within his community. Feel the rough texture of traditional clothing against skin. Taste the simple meals that connect generations. At 12, everything changes. His father dies, transforming him from a carefree child to a ward with unexpected responsibilities. Watch him become quietly observant, different from those around him. Even then, something set him apart, a keen understanding of systems, of unspoken rules, of the delicate balance between tradition and change. Years later, Johannesburg hits him like a thunderbolt. Imagine being pushed off sidewalks, forced to use separate entrances, hearing mockery that strips away your humanity. This is apartheid, a system designed to break spirits, to make you believe you are less than human. Mandela doesn't just witness discrimination, he feels its razor-sharp edges. His initial response? Law. He establishes the first black law practice with Oliver Tambo, believing in the power of legal resistance. Yes, he achieves some success, but the system responds with increasing constraints, legal barriers that push him toward a more radical path. Nonviolence becomes a shrinking hope. Inspired by Gandhi, he initially pushes for peaceful resistance. But brutality meets more brutality. Clandestine meetings happen in hushed tones. The weight of impossible decisions hangs in the air. You can almost feel the moral conflict. When peaceful methods fail, when your very existence is under threat, what choice remains? Out of this crucible, Umkhonto we Sizwe is born, the spear of the nation. An armed resistance becomes his last desperate option. The Rivonia trial becomes a defining moment. The courtroom crackles with tension. Accusations fly like daggers. But Mandela stands calm, delivering his now famous, "I am prepared to die" speech. This isn't theatrical dramatics. It's a quiet, unwavering statement of principle. Some things are worth everything. Your humanity, your future, the future of an entire people. He would rather die than concede his fundamental right to be human. Can you imagine that level of conviction, that willingness to sacrifice everything for a principle? Life imprisonment, not death, but something potentially worse. Imagine your dreams buried, your family lost, your very existence reduced to a number in a system designed to break you. Robben Island becomes more than a prison. It becomes a test of the human spirit. But Mandela doesn't break. Through smuggled letters, glimpses of hope emerge. Personal tragedy strikes, his mother dies. His son dies. He's forbidden from attending their funerals. Yet something remarkable happens. He chooses forgiveness before he even knows he'll be released. This is where your story intersects with his. What chains are you carrying? What bitterness have you allowed to imprison you? If you're enjoying Extraordinary, please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code for our free 7-day email course, The Breakthrough Blueprint. Turn setbacks into comebacks using tactics of great underdogs like Stephen Hawking and Lincoln. Now, back to the episode. When freedom finally arrives, it's not a moment of wild celebration. It's a transformation. Mandela's release isn't about triumphant crowds or political victory. It's about the internal journey that allowed him to walk out of prison without carrying the weight of 27 years of bitterness. Imagine standing at the threshold of freedom after decades of confinement. Most would emerge consumed by rage, but Mandela chooses something radical: understanding, negotiation, reconciliation. The government expects resistance. Instead, they encounter a vision. Mandela begins dismantling apartheid not through violence, but through an almost impossible grace. The Truth and Reconciliation Commission becomes his most powerful weapon. Here, former oppressors and victims sit face to face. They speak, they listen, they acknowledge the profound human cost of systemic hatred. This is not forgiveness as weakness. This is forgiveness as the most sophisticated form of resistance. His presidency becomes a masterclass in healing a wounded nation. He doesn't seek retribution, he seeks understanding. When others want to punish, he extends a hand. When division seems inevitable, he builds bridges. The Rainbow Nation isn't just a political concept. It's a radical reimagining of what's possible when human beings choose empathy over anger. Look at your own life. Where have you been imprisoned, not by literal walls, but by resentment, by old stories you keep telling yourself, by grudges that serve no one, least of all you? Mandela's greatest lesson isn't about grand political movements. It's about personal transformation, about recognizing that the most powerful revolution happens inside you. He teaches us that true freedom isn't about what happens to you. It's about how you choose to respond. As his presidency ends, Mandela doesn't fade away. He becomes a global symbol of what's possible when human dignity trumps historical pain. He fights for HIV awareness. He challenges his own people to see beyond immediate grievances. His legacy isn't just about ending apartheid. It's about showing the world a different way of healing. Imagine if you approached your own wounds with even a fraction of his wisdom. What might become possible? Remember how we began, that moment of bitterness, the taste of freedom that initially felt strange and uncomfortable. Now we understand, freedom isn't given, it's chosen every single day. Mandela's final gift to you isn't a political strategy. It's a personal challenge. What bitter chains are you willing to release to truly taste freedom? Your transformation begins now, not tomorrow, not when conditions are perfect, now. Let the gates swing open. On the next episode of Extraordinary, imagine standing alone amidst a sea of hatred and prejudice, yet finding the strength to silence an entire nation's ignorance with just 4 gold medals. After witnessing Mandela's extraordinary journey from prisoner to president, you might wonder, what if one man could shatter stereotypes, defy a tyrant, and rewrite history in the face of adversity? Next week, we meet a new hero who did just that. Please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code or follow the pinned link to get our free 7-day email course, The Breakthrough Blueprint. 7 days, 7 ordinary to extraordinary transformations. Rewrite your story using the exact frameworks that built empires from nothing. Click the video that just popped up to watch the next one in this series. Or for episode summaries, behind-the-scenes info, and more, go to daily8.com/EO. Thanks for watching.